Texas Storm is a team reborn. One of the longest running paintball teams in history has recently revamped their squad to make a big push towards the Champions Division. They picked up Texas paintball legends Dusty and Devin Odell, who rose to prominence on San Antonio X Factor before walking away from the game. But they're back and looking forward to helping the team who gave them their start. Also added in the mix is longtime veteran Justin Schwarz, who was cut from the Ironman recently and almost hung it up. But he's now come over to Storm for a fresh start. With the new additions and the talent that they already have, Storm now has a good chance to move up the ranks. In their first-year professional competition, the New Jersey Jesters haven't finished higher than 19th place. They've been running with a shorthanded roster till recently, but they now have a full squad. Nicky Vegas, a longtime veteran, has come back to the game to help his boys from the East Coast try to earn their way out of the Challengers Division. He joins Mario Biganini on the Snakeside attack. The core of the team gets the bulk of the playing time, and they like to run fast and loose with the Hussein brothers and Dylan Lester on the main squad. As a team, they need to tighten up and focus on developing an effective, consistent attack in order to beat the best teams in paintball on a regular basis.
So welcome back here to the 2013 PSP West Coast Open. Matty Marshall sitting alongside Chris Lasoya and Todd Martinez. And here we go. We are about to watch these two teams in the Challengers Division fight for the right to play in the Champions Division at World Cup. We're still in the prelims, though, but it's Texas Storm and New Jersey Jesters who are going to be throwing down right here. And then it's going to be Chattanooga CEP and Chicago Aftershock. So these two teams, guys, Storm, Jesters, you got on paper, give the edge to Texas Storm, especially with the pickups that they've had recently. However, they did not have a good day yesterday.
No, Jesters got roughed up a little bit yesterday too, but Texas Storm, they lost both their games and looking for a little redemption here on the champions field. And I think that Texas Storm, they're going to come out fighting. They got good talent, but you never know what to expect from the Jesters. You know, these guys have a weird knack of pulling games out sometimes, but, you know, that's why we're out here.
Exactly. So here we go, just about a couple seconds before the start of this first point. Let's see what happens. So here we go, first point going down. You're looking at Texas Storm was on your screen. Now we have the New Jersey Jesters back corner bunker over here.
Jesters looking to lock off that snake side, going up the middle right away. Texas Storm, very short breakout on the snake side, went hard to the Doritos, and now they match up the middle. Texas Storm now goes up to the Dorito side of the A, looking to shoot underneath, but looks like Nicky Vegas jumps into Snake 2 right away. First player come walking off the field from Texas Storm on the Snake side, trying to make a bump out.
Yeah, Vegas is in good position, though, here on the Snake side, but trying to push, I was going to say trying to push up that center was number 33 for the Jesters.
Yeah, look, Texas Storm player right there. Knew he was going to come, shot him in the feet, but Jesters player did a good job of making sure that they traded out. And that's going to free up this snake side for Nicky Vegas to get into Snake 3, go work across the field. Matched up right away by Texas Storm, diving into the back of Snake 1 right there. That's number 5. That's probably Justin Schwarz. Able coming back now on Texas Storm, coming back to the number 5. Always the number 5. Yep, here comes Justin Schwarz all the way down to the end of the Snake. War number 7 on the Ironman, but back with his lucky number 5 as he goes to work in the Jesters Snake 2 and shoots out both remaining players on the Dorito side, the 2 tall towers. So Chuck Schweezy, Justin Schwarz right there. Big impact right away. First point for Texas Storm. Getting 3 kills.
Nice work by Justin Schwarz. You know, that's a big pickup for Texas Storm, along with the Dusty and Devin Odell, to add to their already real solid roster. And, you know, like Clint Johnson and Mark Johnson, both solid ballers for Texas Storm. Mark Johnson already 2 confirmed kills for him, as he shot Biganini and also shot Martin as well. So the first point is going to go to Texas Storm, who are in a must-win situation if they want to try to advance onto Sunday's competition to see who's going to play in the Champions Division of World Cup.
Yeah, these guys fighting, you know, whoever makes it out of this Challengers Division, you know, going to get a shot at World Cup, you know, no matter what's happened all year. you know, this is the most important event to determine if you're going to get your shot or not. And Texas Storm had high hopes last event, did not perform very well at all, lost some big games. Got picked up the Odell brothers and Justin Schwartz. Now coming out here, they lost 2 games yesterday, but 2 games today might be able to get them on to play on a Sunday, depending on how the rest of the division's looking. But they need to win this game big right here with a decent point spread against the New Jersey Jesters.
Yeah, the New Jersey Jesters are a team, they love the game, and they took a big bite coming on here into the pro division, and they just, you know, they love being here, and it's about trying to prove themselves, and they're going to have a chance to do it against Texas Storm. So we will be right back after this.
PaintballDojo.com. Support your favorite pro teams. Get your name printed on pro team gear. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players. Full color and completely custom options. You can build a custom design straight from our website. Gear available for both men and women. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players.
All right, here we go. We are back. Texas Storm with an early 1-point lead. 2 minutes ticked off the clock during that last point. New Jersey Jesters got some good field position, but then threw the bodies away. Texas Storm got some good gunfighters down here. On the breakout, Texas Storm goes hard to the Dorito side. Heavy guns. Jesters up the middle again, recognizing that Texas Storm did not go farther than the mini Dorito on the snake side, and immediately launched from the back center up the middle. Here comes Derek Knight, number 32 from Texas Storm. He goes up the middle. He recognizes that the Jesters only went the same distance, and on the break all the way out, I think that's Ashton Johnson from Texas Storm. No, that's Dusty Odell breaking out here to the snake. And he crawls into the 50.
Well, they're in real good field position right now with Texas Storm up in the center and 50-yard line over here. So
Texas Storm is taking their time over here in the 50 snake.
Well, with Storm, Ashton Johnson, he actually dislocated his finger yesterday, and he's still out there playing. So
yeah, that was Ashton Johnson that came into the snake right there for Texas Storm, number 19. Broke into the 50, but Jesters just dying off that Dorito side.
Yeah, Jesters having a hard time staying alive on that side of the field. So 2 points up for Storm. Jesters going to have to get it rolling here. 16 minutes and 53 seconds to go in this match. We'll be right back.
No one can tell what lives inside you. It's not for them to see. It's for you to find. And that knowledge comes slow and painful, and it comes through heartache and struggle. It comes through getting whooped long enough and hard enough until you realize that you can't be broken by somebody else. Failure and success have the same origin. They come from within. Behind every unbelievable move was a player who believed. Behind every comeback lives a spirit that refuses to be beaten into submission. Behind every adventure is a core of courage. This is the stuff of dreams. It's how legends are made. And it's why people will remember your name. So be brave, be relentless, be your own hero.
All right, so welcome back here to the first game of the afternoon's competition at the 2013 PSP Open. Texas Storm, first 2 points scored against the New Jersey Jesters here in this race to 7. Ashton Johnson, even though he dislocated his finger, still out there grinding for his team. That's pretty hardcore, man. Because I saw a picture of the finger. It was bent sideways.
Not for the faint of heart.
No.
If that would happen to me, I would have cried. I'd have had to get a life flighted out of here. You know, get the helicopter. Arnold Schwarzenegger be like, get him to the chopper. Take me to the nearest hospital. Check my leg out, too, just in case.
So Jesters in the blue and black on the right-hand side of your screen. Texas Storm murdered out black jerseys on the left-hand side of your screen. So good breakout from Texas Storm. New Jersey Jesters losing. Nicky Vegas trying to get out wide over here on the snake side of the field. They still have a player in position to try to make a move into the snake, but the Jesters getting chewed up in that center as well. as number 33, Jake Snyder, takes the walk.
Yeah, Ashton Johnson again comes from that tall temple on the snake side, dives into the snake, crawls immediately to the 50. He's got Justin Schwartz behind him there in the snake corner, as there you see another Jesters player walking off. Here comes Justin Schwartz from the snake through the middle. Mark Johnson and Justin Schwartz just double team Evan Fife over there for the Jesters, former player from CEP in that Dorito 2.
Yeah, so Evan Fife is, I think, that's a really big pickup for the Jesters.
Yep. I mean, he was a stellar. We called his number a few times when he was playing before. I mean, in the Champions League.
Yeah, Evan Fife, he's a talent. He was kind of hit or miss. Well, the entire team of CEP was hit or miss, but they've been hitting on this particular event. They are 2-0. We will watch them take on Chicago Aftershock. I can't wait to see that game because I want to see Carl Markowski play paintball again, man.
Yeah.
It's so fun to watch play. He's playing for Chicago Aftershock. He started his career with actually Tip and Effect, but then we picked him up on Excessive, and he became a star. And then he went to Infamous before walking away from the game, but he's now back and playing for Chicago Aftershock. One of the fastest dudes I've ever seen play the game. So hopefully he'll have a good event. But the Aftershock, they're just they're fun to watch. AJ Lawhead and Mikey Bruno's crew over there, really fun to watch play the game. Kind of frustrating sometimes when they get into really good spots and then don't capitalize, but hopefully they've worked on that down in the Challengers Division and make a run to that Champions Division. So we're going to be right back after this. So Texas Storm here, 3-0 on the Jesters. Jesters not able to get any offense rolling. And Texas Storm looks pretty solid. You can tell they're playing like this game means something as they went 0-2 yesterday. So they have any chance whatsoever of advancing to play tomorrow morning for the honor of moving up to the Champions Division. They need to win this match.
Yeah, the best thing they could do is 7-0 the Jesters out here because they're going to need the point spread. In the Challengers Division, there's a lot of good teams, and you know, you always want to try and be at least 3-1, no matter what division you're in. So 2-2, they're going to definitely need a high point spread to be able to make it on.
Yeah. So right now the Jesters have
I saw that one from up here.
Minor penalty.
Yeah, that's Derek Knight right there in the back center for Texas Storm, just playing with a fat hopper hit. I could see that thing glowing from up here. Referee saw it at the same time, went running in as the Jesters are losing bodies all over the place. They keep attacking that middle of the field, try and lock it off, but Texas Storm is just pushing directly through it. That's Clint Johnson right here, getting shot out of Snake 2, standing up, walking off, number 17. He's going to run off the field, but not after Texas Storm shot all the remaining Jesters players.
So Jesters really struggling here in this outing against Texas Storm. And yeah, New Jersey Jesters are not getting a lot of kills across the board. Many of the guys are out there for that last point, except for Hussein.
It looks like we're going to get a
pod
penalty
kid on the field,
which is going to draw a penalty for sure. Since the flag is not hung, you can look for a 2-minute penalty.
Yeah,
there it is.
They wound up on that one.
Yep.
See the rest wind up on that one?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that the player that got the penalty was the player that it's his own team. I'm thinking.
Well, Jeff Millum, the player from Texas Storm, went and grabbed the flag and then went and hit in the snake.
I see.
And just basically baited the Jesters pod kid into running out on the field before the horn had blown.
I don't think it was the Jesters pod kid. I think it was his own pod kid.
He went into that pit over there.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just double checking.
I think so. I mean, if he tried to bait his own pod kid, that'd be kind of ridiculous.
He's picking up his pods over here. So I'm pretty much telling you he baited his own pod kid to get into minor penalty.
Oh
so now they have 2 penalties. Yay!
Talk about your all-time backfires.
Man, jeez.
Yeah, well, let's see. Yeah,
I would have shot that kid to pieces when he came on the field.
Well, there's 12 seconds on one penalty and a minute on the other penalty.
What's the pod kid?
I would have shot him
with
to
the pod bag.
I would have shot him to pieces.
Get off the field, my own pod kid.
Do you get it if you shoot your own pod kid?
Is that unsportsmanlike?
Yeah, is that unsportsmanlike?
Is that a major
conduct?
instead of a minor? What if they got a minor for his pod kid being on the field
Well,
and
it's
a
like
major for
spanking
blowing
your
away
kid.
his pod kid?
You know, like you're not legally, I think, you're not allowed to spank your kid. You know, so if
That's
you
why he
shoot
gets-
your own pod kid, I think you get a penalty too.
I'm sure you would.
But if you shoot your own pod kid that runs out there, is that ever going to happen again? Is he ever going to do that?
I guarantee he
He probably won't even come to the tournament anymore. I was just trying to pick up some pods.
Wow. What a bummer.
Jeff Millam blew me away.
Wow, what a bummer, though.
Those were always, talk about frustrating penalties to get. Pit penalties are terrible. Anytime somebody comes out with their goggles on, or one of your guys is just out there trying to help out, runs out prematurely and trying to get pods.
You know, what's funny is my first tournament with Vicious this year at MAO. The Bortle family's daughter, Julie Bortle, her husband was our pod guy. And then he ran out on the field, did the same thing, got a penalty. I had to call Julie and be like, your husband got us a penalty.
Nonetheless, though, I mean, Texas Storm still looking pretty strong, so it's probably to Jesters' benefit.
Yeah,
that's a major penalty. I think he got shot in the goggles. I thought I saw that a second ago.
Nicky Vegas?
Yeah,
I think
Nicky
it's
Vegas.
Nicky Vegas.
And he gets Biganini pulled.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I did see that in the break. I saw it in the break. I could have swore I saw something, but I was on the other side of him. So, yeah, that was a good major. Not a good major, but it was a bad major that was justified down the snake side. But get up the middle, Jesters still trying to bring some power to the field.
Man, you can't get a major penalty when you're playing 5-on-3. You just got to get out to your spots alive. Even if Nicky Vegas gets shot, walks off the field, you still got a 4-on-3 advantage. You can't just throw that away by getting a major for a goggle hit.
Yeah, that was disappointing, you know. Looking in the center of the field, here comes another player out of the box, number 3, all the way to the snake, taking a big bite.
That's Mark Johnson, number 3 for Texas Storm in the back of snake 1.
Ooh, and then we see that, the dive through, and he's still alive. No way. Did you guys see what just happened there in the center? He runs up to the
I don't think he knew he was there.
Well, no, he runs up to the A, dives past him, turns around, shoots him in the back, and then runs through.
Well, instead of the sliding shot, he did the dive head first, and then the fadeaway.
The fadeaway.
He gave him the reverse fadeaway.
He gave him the one-handed gangster gat backwards.
Backwards gangster, reverse gangster gat.
Love to see the replay on that one.
I think that you should get
style
style points for that.
Well, with that said, that guy had just gotten shot in the foot, and he was in the process there of getting pulled out anyway. But it was more entertaining to see that, actually.
Well, let's check out this replay here.
I don't think he knew he was there. He went right by him.
Oh,
hey, what's up?
How you doing? Where'd you come from?
Shoots
Take two of these. Take 2 of these and call me tomorrow.
Yeah, and then still nobody shot him, so he just continues all the way into the back line before finally getting picked up. He makes it all the way to the very end boundary line there.
That looked like Dylan Bewley right there.
What a
making
game.
that move with the reverse fadeaway.
5-0 now up Texas Storm, going to work.
Yeah, so it's been all Texas Storm here as New Jersey Jesters just can't get anything going, and that's probably honestly going to do it with that major penalty on Nicky Vegas, 59 seconds on that penalty. We'll be right back after this. Looking at New Jersey Jesters on the field, getting ready to play this next point. Gonna have Nicky Vegas in the box. 13-16 on the clock. And it's been all Texas Storm. This is really gonna help Texas Storm's point spread.
Yeah, you know, and Texas Storm is playing pretty stellar right now. Those pickups were obviously something beneficial. They were a good team to begin with, but now they're looking really strong.
Yeah, so they got Dusty Odell, Ashton Johnson, Derek Knight, and Justice Suarez out there right now. Looks like Justice Suarez going up the center of the field. Center 50-yard line on your screen, dead center. And appears that Dusty Odell is going to come off early for Texas Storm.
And Justin Schwartz now creeping in the middle of the field on Jester's side of the field, using that can to block people out. Snap shoots one guy out of the tower, decides to reverse, go get the flag.
That was like a 3 or 4 pack right there for Jay.
The Jesters eliminato.
So, yeah,
Bam, Justin Schwartz. El Cinco.
El Cinco.
Gracias.
They're making quick work of the New Jersey Jesters here, as they have really not been able to get anything going, just really outclassing the Jesters right now. 6 confirmed kills for Justin Schwartz. Ashton Johnson, even though destroying his finger yesterday, still comes out here, puts 5 kills on the board. Nice job as he's walking off. Justin Schwartz is walking off. We'll be right back after this.
A&S Gear rocks the largest inventory of any paintball retailer. From our massive selection of guns to our endless supply of goggles, paint, loaders, tanks, and apparel. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner. Shop now at ansgear.com.
All right, 6-0 as Texas Storm is making really short work of the New Jersey Jesters out here. New Jersey Jesters are just, I mean, they're not taking any ground on the snake side, and Texas Storm is just taking full advantage of that. I mean, if you can't get any ground and you're not shooting anybody on the break, you know, when you try and play inside a little bit, you always try and bank on shooting people on the break, but they're not shooting people on the break. And they're not making those secondary bumps out wide, so they're going to try and break out up, try to go short again on the snake side and get smoked out, but go real hard down the Dorito side. They shoot Derek Knight on the break and go straight into the 50 Dorito on the inside, and 2 Jesters. Another one comes into the 50. Shoot a couple Texas Storm players. Might have cleared out that side over there. You can see him right now standing up tall in that 50 Dorito. Shoots another body. Clint Johnson comes running off the field right now. Just as Muda and Dylan Bewley left. Up, and there goes Bewley.
Wow, so finally Jesters looks like, oh, but I see a red flag in the air.
Oh, another major.
On the Jesters side. Not sure what that was from. It was at the closing seconds of that particular point.
That's a bummer. Well, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you really got to stay out of the penalty box, and that's not helping their situation at all.
Yeah, and we're looking at the refs on your screen right now with 12 minutes and 5 seconds to go. I mean, so there's a lot of time left, but the problem is Storm only 1 point away from taking this victory. And it looks like it was Evan Fife. Did Evan Fife already get a penalty?
I'm not really sure exactly.
Well, 2 minutes is definitely on that clock. Major penalty against the New Jersey Jesters, so that could do it. Though they have time to come back. You can definitely score 5 points within 12 minutes, but I mean, they've only put 1 point on the board so far, and it's just Texas Storm's been completely dominating the action.
Yeah, I don't think that's feasible against a team like Texas Storm. They're pretty deep right now. It's unfortunate at the end of the day. Down 5 points though.
Yeah, Texas Storm's just doing a really good job of shooting these guys on the break, reading the situation, the fact that there's nobody out wider than that mini Dorito on the snake side, and just attacking the middle right away. And then if nobody recognized that, it's really easy to do what Justin Schwartz did a couple points ago, where he just wrapped, started shooting all the guys off the Dorito side. Everybody starts worrying about him, and then somebody from Texas Storm jumps in the snake, crawls all the way down. But Texas Storm right now just kind of really putting it on Jesters. Jesters not doing themselves any favors by getting a couple major penalties out here, but Texas Storm got major and a minor, and was able to fight through that.
Well, Texas Storm really bolstered the roster when picking up the Odell brothers and Justin Schwartz. They already had some weapons out there, so it just may take them some time. And it looks like the Jesters are going to call a timeout. It's probably appropriate at this particular point in time.
Yeah, kind of regroup a little bit. Maybe they're arguing that call. Who really knows?
There's Biganini right there. We saw Biganini play some serious ball, you know, a couple tournaments ago, last tournament. I'll never forget MAO and Biganini was just in that snake doing work.
Yeah, and so while we have, Biganini, man, that kid can play some ball. That's not a kid, but yeah, he can definitely handle. So let's see if Biganini, Nick Martin, and the rest of the crew from Jesters can handle. We'll be right back after this message. So here we go on the New Jersey Jester timeout. Can they get a good game plan to fight back against Texas Storm with the 12 minutes they have remaining on the clock? Remains to be seen. Got about 15 seconds to go before could be the last point if Texas Storm continues to do what they've been doing all game long, which is put it on New Jersey Jesters. Big difference in the kill counts for these two teams. Evan Fife and Dylan Lester and Jake Snyder have combined for 8 kills, whereas the two top killers on Storm, Ashton Johnson and Justin Swartz, have combined for 11. This big move here up the center by Justin Swartz for Texas Storm. He's been all over the place. He's been on the snake side, also up in the center. He's a very versatile guy, and here comes the Jesters, slaughters Justin Swartz in the back. Almost takes the center bunker down in the process, and then Dusty Odell is going to trade out with him. Whoa,
nice.
Dusty Odell, beautiful through the center. Then he continues on. Actually, that's Derek Knight, number 32 for Texas Storm. Beautiful move by Derek Knight before he catches one, gets himself a couple. And we're starting to see that move through the lower part of that bunker, that center 50 bunker, really come into play. And it works, too. I mean, we've seen that happen a bunch. That's probably about 5 or 6 times we've seen that happen.
What a good job. That was amazing. I like seeing Justin get smoked down a little bit, though. And then, what a great move by Odell, though. He gets up there. I think he recognized he was going to come around on him.
Chris, you're ruthless.
What? Was that allowed? Oh. No, it was, you know, it's Texas Storm looking strong, man. New Jersey Jesters are...
Yeah, Texas Storm, I mean, they just put it on Jesters right there. They got that 1 point, but ended up getting a major on the 1 point that they won. Texas Storm just handled biz out there.
Yeah, Texas Storm, look, after a terrible day yesterday where they went 0-2, come out here and get it right back against the New Jersey Jesters. So they still got a game left to play. And then next up, we're going to have Chattanooga CEP, who went 2-0 yesterday, taking on Aftershock. And those teams can be entertaining to play. I love watching Oswaldo run over here on the snake side of the field for CEP. Let's check out this replay here. Yeah, so first, Jesters come and stab Justin Swartz to take him out. And then on the chess match play, you're going to see Dusty Odell come, or I'm sorry, Derek Knight come from, he realizes, you know, his gun's looking towards the snake side. I'm just going to go right underneath the A and shoot him in the feet. And then he still stayed alive, too. That was an awesome play, man. Heads up play.
That was a great play. He switched on that one. That was great.
And there he goes across the other side of the field. So good move right there by Derek Knight to finish out this game. And
so also a little bit more information coming at you from the Challengers Division field. Looks like Royalty defeated Thunder 7-5. And Tauntauns are up in their game. So it's been back and forth over there as, you know, these Challengers League teams, a lot's at stake for them, because if they can succeed here and finish in the top 2 of the Challengers Division, they will move up to the Champions Division for World Cup and play for the chance to win the world title.
You know, also the Tauntauns DMG game's going on over there too. 5-0 right now in favor of the Tauntauns.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Tauntauns looking good over there in the Challengers field.
5-0 against
5-0 against DMG.
Dude, the Tauntauns have been putting it on guys over there. So it's another one of those guys who have just been like, hey, you know, we're going to go out here and just try to dominate and earn our way back into this division.
Yep. Well, best of luck to both teams over there for sure.
There you have the challengers field right there. Got players diving in. Wrapping that A. And that looks like it's going to be it.
Up 6-0 now, Tauntauns.
There you see the Tauntaun player going to walk that flag in slowly. Who is that, 25? I think that's Vulu. From the Tauntauns. Had several stellar games over here in the Champions Division.
Yeah, so that is going to do it here with this Storm Jesters game. Next up, Chattanooga CP and Chicago Aftershock. Stay with us.